Imagine stepping into a world where every flower tells a story, a bustling city of nature's tiniest workers, vital to our survival yet often overlooked. Welcome to the magical world of pollinator gardens. Today, we're embarking on a journey into the heart of these vibrant ecosystems, revealing not just their beauty but their crucial role in our lives. This is more than a garden. It's a lifeline for our planet. In this breathtaking pollinator garden, a sanctuary designed not just for plants, but for the bees, butterflies, birds, and countless other creatures that play a pivotal role in the pollination process. But why are these gardens so important? And how can they transform your backyard into a haven for these essential beings? Let's dive in. Pollinator gardens are vital for several reasons. They support biodiversity, enhance food security by aiding in the pollination of many crops, and help sustain the populations of pollinators themselves, which are facing threats from habitat loss, pesticides, and climate change. By creating a pollinator garden, you're not just beautifying your space. You're contributing to the health and survival of the planet's ecosystems. Creating a pollinator garden is easier than you might think. It's all about choosing the right plants, providing water sources, and ensuring a safe habitat for these creatures. From sun-loving flowers to native plants, each choice attracts different pollinators. And remember, a water source, like a small bird bath, can make your garden even more inviting. Beyond their ecological benefits, pollinator gardens have a magical way of connecting us closer to nature. They're outdoor classrooms, teaching young and old about the importance of conservation and the beauty of biodiversity. Pollinator gardens can transform communities, turning empty lots and urban spaces into vibrant, green sanctuaries. They're not just for individual gardeners, but can bring together neighborhoods, schools, and cities in a shared goal of supporting our planet's pollinators. Pollinator gardens are enchanting spaces that serve as vital sanctuaries for many of nature's most industrious creatures, including bees, butterflies, birds, and even bats. These gardens are more than just a collection of aesthetically pleasing plants. They are carefully curated ecosystems designed to support the health and activity of pollinators. These tiny workers are crucial for the pollination of flowers, including those of many crops that feed the world. By creating a pollinator garden, individuals can contribute to the preservation of biodiversity and the support of ecosystems essential for life on Earth. Why pollinator gardens matter? Pollinator populations are facing significant challenges due to habitat loss, pesticide use, and climate change. Pollinator gardens offer a beacon of hope, providing food and shelter for these creatures, and helping to offset some of the losses in their natural habitats. These gardens play a critical role in sustaining biodiversity by supporting a wide range of pollinators, each adapted to different environmental niches and plant species. Designing your pollinator garden. Creating a pollinator garden involves more than just planting flowers. It requires consideration of the specific needs of various pollinators, including their preferred nectar and pollen sources, nesting requirements, and habitat preferences. Native plants are particularly beneficial as they're already adapted to the local climate and soil, and they often meet the needs of local pollinator species. Diversity is key in a pollinator garden, with a variety of plants that bloom at different times of the year providing a continuous food supply. In addition to plant selection, providing water sources, such as bird baths or shallow dishes with stones for insects to land on, can make a garden more attractive to pollinators. Avoiding pesticides and opting for natural pest control methods helps protect the health of these vital creatures. The benefits beyond pollination. Pollinator gardens offer a myriad of benefits beyond their ecological role. They are spaces of beauty and tranquility, offering people a place to connect with nature and observe the fascinating behaviors of pollinators up close. These gardens can also serve as educational tools, providing learning opportunities about ecology, conservation, and the importance of pollinators. On a larger scale, pollinator gardens can contribute to community well-being, transforming urban and suburban spaces into lush, green areas that improve air quality, enhance the beauty of neighborhoods, and provide habitats for wildlife. They can be a focal point for community engagement and education, encouraging people to take part in conservation efforts and learn about the importance of ecological balance. Joining the global effort. The movement to create pollinator gardens is part of a global effort to protect and preserve pollinator populations. By participating, individuals can make a tangible difference in the fight against biodiversity loss and the decline of pollinator species. Whether it's a small garden on a balcony, a backyard filled with native plants, or a community garden project, every effort counts. Enhancing pollinator gardens. Seasonal planning. To maximize the benefit for pollinators, it's crucial to plan your garden so that it provides resources throughout the year. This means selecting a mix of plants that bloom at different times, from early spring to late fall. Early bloomers can be a critical food source for pollinators emerging from hibernation, while late bloomers help sustain them as they prepare for the colder months. Night-blooming flowers, including plants that bloom at night, can attract nocturnal pollinators, such as moths and certain species of bats. These often overlooked pollinators play a significant role in pollination, and night-blooming flowers can add a unique charm to your garden, offering beauty and intrigue even after sunset. Layered planting. Mimicking natural ecosystems by creating layers in your garden, from ground cover and herbaceous plants to shrubs and trees, can provide a range of habitats and food sources for different pollinator species. This approach not only benefits pollinators but also contributes to the garden's aesthetic appeal. Natural nesting sites. While many pollinators are attracted to gardens for food, providing nesting sites can encourage them to stay and reproduce. This can be achieved by leaving dead wood and bare soil patches for ground nesting bees, installing bee hotels for solitary bees, and maintaining birdhouses and thickets for birds. Sustaining pollinator gardens. Organic practices. To ensure the health and safety of pollinators, it's essential to adopt organic gardening practices. This includes avoiding chemical pesticides and fertilizers, using compost and natural mulch, and implementing integrated pest management strategies to control pests without harming beneficial insects. Water conservation. While providing water sources for pollinators is important, it's also vital to practice water conservation. Using drought-resistant plants, rain gardens, and efficient irrigation methods can help maintain your garden without wasting water. Community involvement. Engaging your community in the creation and maintenance of pollinator gardens can spread the conservation message further and provide more habitats for pollinators. Schools, parks, and public spaces are ideal locations for community pollinator gardens, offering educational opportunities and fostering a sense of stewardship for the environment. Continuous learning. The field of conservation is always evolving, with new research and insights emerging regularly. Staying informed about the latest best practices for supporting pollinators, participating in citizen science projects, and sharing knowledge with others can help ensure your garden continues to thrive and contribute to pollinator health. Building on the foundation of understanding the importance and benefits of pollinator gardens, it's essential to delve into how individuals and communities can effectively contribute to and expand the impact of these vital green spaces. Expanding the impact of pollinator gardens. Personal contribution. Education and awareness. Educating oneself and others about the importance of pollinators and the specific challenges they face is a foundational step. Sharing knowledge through social media, community workshops, or school programs can amplify the message and inspire more people to create pollinator-friendly spaces. Garden design for all seasons. To maximize the effectiveness of a pollinator garden, it's crucial to select a variety of plants that bloom at different times throughout the year. This approach ensures that pollinators have access to a consistent food source from early spring through late fall. Incorporate nesting sites. Beyond food, pollinators need safe places to nest and overwinter. Leaving some areas of the garden a bit wild, with natural debris and undisturbed soil, can provide essential habitat for ground nesting bees and other creatures. Installing bee hotels or birdhouses can also attract pollinators looking for nesting sites. Community involvement. Community gardens and public spaces. Transforming public spaces into pollinator-friendly areas is a powerful way to extend the reach of conservation efforts. Collaborating with local governments, schools, and community organizations to plant pollinator gardens in parks, along roadways, and in other communal areas can create interconnected habitats for pollinators across urban and suburban landscapes. Pollinator pathways. Establishing pollinator pathways involves creating networks of gardens and green spaces that are friendly to pollinators across communities. These pathways provide critical corridors for pollinators to navigate through urban environments, connecting isolated habitats and enhancing ecological resilience. Advocacy and policy support. Advocating for policies that support pollinators and their habitats is another crucial aspect of expanding the impact of pollinator gardens. This can include lobbying for the reduction of pesticide use, promoting land conservation efforts, and encouraging the planting of native species in public landscaping projects. The global context. The effort to support pollinators through gardens is part of a larger, global movement towards sustainability and biodiversity conservation. Pollinators play a crucial role in the health of our planet, supporting not only wild ecosystems but also agricultural systems that humans rely on for food. By taking action at the local level, individuals and communities contribute to a global effort to mitigate the impacts of climate change, habitat loss, and species decline. Pollinator gardens represent a hopeful and proactive approach to environmental conservation. They embody a commitment to preserving and enhancing the natural world for future generations. As these gardens flourish, they serve as vivid reminders of the beauty and resilience of nature and the profound impact that thoughtful, collective action can have on the health of our planet. Engaging with this movement, whether through creating a small garden, participating in community initiatives, or advocating for policy changes, is a meaningful step towards a more sustainable and biodiverse world. As we've seen today, pollinator gardens are more than just a beautiful addition to our homes. They're a crucial step towards a sustainable future, supporting the tiny creatures that support us in so many ways. So, I encourage you, no matter where you live, to start your pollinator garden and join in this global effort to protect our precious pollinators.